All right, so you guys might have noticed a couple of years ago there was a pandemic. Shit. Oh, let's not talk about that for a second. Well, when the pandemic happened, a lot of people started playing guitar, you know, because people had to work from home, and you know, a lot of people bought guitars. And my dog wants to head out, so I'll fix that first. That was in 2021, and since a lot of people needed to work from home or got to work from home, and you know, they were quarantining, you know, a lot of people invested in themselves, bought themselves a sick-ass guitar, and business was booming. For a brand like Fender, for instance, they were doing an insane year of 2021. Then eventually, 2022, when things got back to normal, you know, people stopped prioritizing buying guitars. Guitars were no longer a priority. Fender had $100 million worth of retail sales cancelled in 2022. The guitar giant CFO Matt Janopoulos says the figure equates to roughly 600,000 guitars and 200,000 amps. Holy shit face. Of course, what goes up must go down, and a decline has subsequently followed. Now we have some concrete figures from the world's biggest guitar brand, Fender. We had 60 million people pick up a guitar during the pandemic, 30 million worldwide, and the industry and Fender really benefited from that, explains Janopoulos. Then of course we get to 2022 and people decide to start taking vacations or doing other things with their disposable income. Guitars were no longer the priority, and the tough call I had to make was dealing with a retail partner cancellations of orders in the magnitude approaching $100 million. Holy shit. So basically they're sitting on a stock of 600,000 guitars and 200,000 amps for that year that were meant to go to retailers and distributors, and then they just got canceled. So shit. We stood up extra warehouses where the existing product could come into. Then we looked at every single piece We stood up extra warehouses where the existing product could come into. Then we looked at every single piece of our operating expense infrastructure and said, where can we either cut costs or slow things down? The firm reportedly laid off 300 California employees last August, and the news appears to align with speculations online from players and dealers that Fender has been working through a significant oversupply. What has that meant for us guitar buyers? Well, you might have seen that there's a bunch of discounts. Fender CEO Andy Mooney told us earlier this year that 2022 ended up being the second best year they've ever had. So it's understandable, you know, the effect of 2021, and we had no idea how long this pandemic would run, or like how long people would need to stay at home or work from home and shit like that. And seeing that 2021, a lot of people bought guitars. Obviously, you buy more guitars, and you make sure that you have inventory to for the demand of the guitars out there. And no one knew how long this work from home thing would be. And eventually, when people got back to their ordinary lives and started doing vacations, they were oversupplied. That makes sense. So basically they bought a lot of guitars, laid off a bunch of people, and did their best year. And now they're probably, getting back to speed again. That's my little guess from it. But very interesting hearing the numbers for a brand like Fender, which is, it's top brand. To count the strings. It's 8. I'm terribly sorry for doing this, but we're heading over to TMZ. It's just way better news, man. Okay, let's see what's up.